Hey friends, I just love saying that. So I'm gonna do it again. Hey friends, thank you for spending your time with me. I've been painting Callie's pet portrait here and I'm gonna take a little break. Oh, for those of you who don't know, I primarily paint with acrylic paints. I also have some watercolor traceables and videos, and there's a booklet you can download, but I'm digressing. So a couple of you have asked how I varnish paintings. So I have a couple little blue jay paintings. I'm going to put a gel gloss isolation layer on, and then I usually put a satin UV varnish, and then I'm going to film it so you guys can see how that works. Okay, let's get started. Alrighty, I'm set up here. Oh, and I have a new microphone. Let me know if you guys like the sound. I think this one is gonna work really well, but I haven't completed a video and then listened to it on my computer as I edit it and then send it to favorite daughter she does even more editing to see what she thinks. Okay, anyway, thank you for sending money through PayPal and Venmo to support my channel, the traceables, all those things I mentioned in the intro too, because I bought a new microphone. I'm really excited. So thank you. Okay, so I use Liquitex heavy or glass heavy gel, and it says right on here, I don't know if you can see that, but you can mix, you can thin it by adding up to 25% water. So I have some already pre-mixed. Oh, here, I could show you what this looks like. I don't think it's been, oh yeah, it has been opened. See, it's really quite thick. Give you a little look there. It keeps a long time. At least it keeps a long time for me. All right, so I already have some pre-mixed, and then I write right on the top of the jar, you know, isolation coat, 1 part water, 3 part gloss, and then it's already mixed. Okay, and then I do get my brush a little bit wet. I just use a, gosh, I don't know, it's a mop, some sort of a mop brush. It's soft. I always use this for any size painting that I'm putting the gel gloss isolation layer on, so that way I know it doesn't have any paint in it. All right, so I'm just gonna grab some into my pre-mix, and then you just paint it on. Oops, I'm gonna clean off my palette knife there a little bit. It's easier to clean now than later. And so it's going to look a little cloudy. Here, maybe I'll pick it up so you can see it better. Don't worry about that. And then if you have a bigger painting, have your brush strokes go in a similar direction as you painted it. That can help in case you get a little ridges or a little streaking. I'll paint the sides too off video. So then I let this dry a couple days. In the winter, gosh, overnight is long enough. And then I put on a satin UV varnish. Oh, I probably should grab that. Here, let me finish. I'm just grabbing a little bit of water because I've got fans running in my studio. So why do I put a gel gloss isolation layer? Because I'm going to use permanent varnish. So you would want an isolation layer, especially if you're using removable varnish, because it'll help protect your painting when they try to remove it, like at the gallery, or you try to remove it, or whoever bought your painting tries to remove it. It'll protect your painting from the solvent they use. Why do I put on a gel gloss isolation layer? Because I think it just gives it some yummy depth when it dries, because it's going to dry glossy. And in case they try to remove my permanent varnish, it'll help protect my painting. Oh, and I'll show you, hang on a second, I'll grab the varnish. Okay, so I primarily use satin varnish, and I just wrote on the top because it's easier for me to see, and the date. So, and it's permanent. It should say, yeah, permanent varnish to protect surfaces. I just got new glasses so I can read that teeny tiny type. And here's some gloss. And I also have some matte. But we're gonna put, we'll be back in a couple days and we'll put some satin varnish on these. Hey friends, this is a couple days later. I washed out my, this is a brush I used for the gel gloss isolation layer that I showed you just a minute ago. It washes out with water. It's just, I think gel gloss is just acrylic paint with no pigment. And that might not be true, I don't know for sure, but it seems like that's what it is. And then I have all my varnishing brushes here. Sorry guys, I was gonna cough. You know, bigger brushes for bigger paintings. You can use absolutely any brush you want. I like soft brushes, mop brushes, because they leave fewer brush marks, but the varnish I use is self-leveling, so it's a little bit, I don't know if it's even necessary. I've used this one for varnishing. Eventually, no matter how well you wash them out with water, it ruins them. Can you see how it's hard right up to about there? Sorry about that, guys. I was coughing. Oh, and I remembered to turn my fans off. I have blowing air into my studio. So I'm curious to see if we could hear the fan in the first part of this video. I'm also saying that for myself, so I remember when I listen back to this. Anyway, totally can use any brush you want. The downside of a mop brush, sorry guys, is that they'll drop hairs, at least when they're new. And they too, like this one, it's gotten stiff up to about here, which is one reason why I only use certain brushes for varnishing, because it ruins them eventually. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And then the other thing I do, so I used to use spray varnish. I'd go out in my garage. It worked great. It was really nice. I used a couple different brands. Really nice quality, great finish. But you need to open the garage door so you have good ventilation, because it really smells. I think it's bad for you to breathe it in. I'm fighting like little bugs, you know, land on my freshly varnished painting or a little piece of leaf or something. So I started using Liquitex, and I'm pretty sure Liquitex has removable varnish if you want that. I don't know anything about it. I've not used it. But this stuff is, you can wash up with water. There's no smell. It's self-leveling. It dries quite quickly. There's instructions here. You kind of want to mix it a little bit, but you don't want to like stir it vigorously or shake it up, because you don't want air bubbles. And it's just super easy. I'll just do one quick. Just put a little on your painting, and just like with the gel gloss isolation layer, you kind of want to, especially with a big painting, you kind of want to go in the same brushstroke directions as you did with your painting of the, in this case, my blue jay. Oh, that's more than I needed. And then I'll let that dry a little bit, and I'll varnish the sides. I believe the directions say put on 2 thin coats. So that's that. You just let it air dry. Oh, and I was going to tell you, even after you varnished a painting, if it's a stretch canvas like this, you can still spray the back of it with water to tighten it up. Say you or somebody accidentally puts, you know, a big thumbprint in it, and you can still tighten it up. I would let it dry. I wouldn't do it like right now. I would let everything dry, and then you could tighten it back up. So I hope this was helpful. I was hoping Freckles, my cat, would come join us. I could get a quick video of it. Freckles decided, hi Freckles. She decided to join us. Does she look a little annoyed? Hey Freckles. You're not gonna say hi? I love cats, but they're not as responsive as dogs. Some people like to see her in my videos. Let me know in the comments what kind of varnish you like to use. I like the ease of this, the no mess, no fuss. What else do I want to say? Oh, thank you for those of you who sent money to support this channel. I think I'm going to love this new microphone. This will be a good test. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you all soon. Bye guys.